everyone, how are you all today? Welcome back. My name is Hussein and I'm here to bring you all this week review and also the forecast that will be actually giving an idea how you can position yourself in this week and what are the measures that we're going to look into what is happening in the current situation in terms of fundamental view and also technical levels to be watched. So all in all, it's going to be a very interesting week with new updates. We will be also doing a lot of London session forecast which will be actually benefiting you and also helping you towards your goals that you want to achieve within this week. All right. So let's just do a quick review about this current situation of the COVID pandemic. All right. So when the COVID-19 pandemic began, we all knew that the strict lockdown measures in the US and other parts of the world would put major strain on global economic activities. Right. So economic data hit recessionary levels across the globe, and investors braced for the worst to come. Then the lockdown measures worked. Declines in cases prompted countries to actually ease down restrictions and also reopening the economies in terms of putting up the lockdowns or lifting up the lockdowns, and also for certain countries and some states the process has been smooth. All right, like we see in Malaysia, touchwood, we are able to recover the all the way, and then also the countries like New Zealand, Australia, the process has been smooth with very little evidence of second flare up. All right, so now others are also paying the price of rushed to reopen the economies, and there is a sort of a risk aversion of a second economic contraction. However, I will be giving an idea how you can actually position yourself when it comes to taking an opportunity on that. First of all, in Florida, reported about a whooping of about 8,942 new cases on Friday. That was about three of the United States most populous states reported a record number of new viruses cases in the region. And while the White House refuses to tighten lockdown measures to get the new spikes under control, Americans may choose to restrict their own activities, which would be enough to have a bit of correction in the recovery. All right. Now, Apple also announced that they are going to close some of the stores, and they're going to do other retailers. You see, according to Homebase, and also hours worked are declining steadily in Texas. All right. So what they're going to do is that they're going to actually move a bit of operations, maybe work from home or some sort of activities that no need to come to the office or something. All right. So July numbers could be also different if the number of cases fail to peak quickly. You see, so all of this means, like you see, we are having a non-farm payroll this week. All right. What are the most important data? Bringing you through economic calendar. Let me just share it with you here. Wait a second. Alright, so we have got non-farm payrolls. Let's have a look. Like we have got quite a number of economical events that will be actually available in your economic calendar for you. See, we have got Bank of England, Governor Bailey speaks, and then we have let's just say GDP from the England, and then we have also consumer confidence. Very important to see how the consumer confidence in the United States getting better. Then we have got Fed Chair Powell testimony once again. He's going to talk about what are the measures they need to do in a way, maybe need to provide more stimulus since the cases are rising over there. All right, so that's what. And also we have got PMI numbers from England, and we have got ISM manufacturing, the most important one in US. This is all related to non-farm payroll numbers. And then we also have got continuing jobless claims, ADP report, and we also have got non-farm payrolls, which I'm actually looking for this coming Friday. Right, so that's here we are. So all in all, you see, we will see that this will be having a very major impact in the financial market, especially the non-farm payrolls. Right. So ISM and consumer confidence numbers, like I mentioned earlier, is going to be released, and also the most important driver of the market flows will continue to be the number of COVID-19 cases and the number of deaths. Right. So they have been contained for now, but with ICU beds in Arizona and capacity and the same reported on at some of the Texas largest hospitals, the situation could change quickly. The US dollar continues to catch a safe haven a bit, but looking at the current situation on the USD, we see that there's a potential that USD this week would be getting weaker. So what we're going to do is that let's just do a quick review in terms of by doing our price section analysis on this situation. I see, you see here is what's on a short-term momentum, sort of a double top here is forming, and here you go. And if you see from here, it is potentially going to actually go down from these levels, right? That's what we're looking at. And even if you go to the daily chart, giving you an idea on, if you go to the daily chart, on 1 second. Alright, so looking ahead for the daily chart, if you see here, I'm actually trying to understand the pattern to give you the view on what dollar would be doing this week. And if you see from here, alright, so that is the pattern that we're looking at, that even if it spikes up a bit, but overall the direction is we expect dollar to become weaker, right? So that's how you're going to position. This will be also having a direct impact on the major currency pairs. And so if you see from here, that's what it is. So potentially we're going to expect this to actually come down. So the forecast for the dollar is to the downside, right? So like I said earlier, right now in the investors, equate more coronavirus cases with more stimulus. So the higher the cases load, the more we will hear from Fed about new stimulus plans, right? Regardless of how tough the battle will be in Congress, White House officials will reassure investors that a major package is in the works, which is going to happen, right? So there will be more market-friendly comments, and it will be up to the investor to decide that what matters more and who to believe. If the cases numbers overwhelm everything else, there will be more risk aversions, leading to the weakness in high beta currencies. All right. So looking ahead for S&P 500, just give me a moment. So if we see an S&P 500, guys, if you are worrying about, let's just say, what happened if there is going to be second wave? Remember, this is the first wave, all the way down. Let me just go to here, right? And it actually bring a new buying opportunity, right? And if there is going to be a bit of correction, right? If it's going to be a bit of correction, that means it is going to be second buying opportunity. And that, I would say that if you miss this first quick recovery, you will be able to catch the second one, right? So you must know how to actually trade smartly and get benefit from these sort of corrections. So for example, if I go to here on US 30 Dow Jones Industrial Average, we got to clear it all, assuming, right, we're gonna come back and assuming that due to the current situation, we still see that there could be it is still giving us a buy signal. We are unable to actually see whether is it going to go down, but it is still a buy signal to us. But overall, it's some sort of a correction that is happening right now. But however, if at all it drops to this level, that hang on 1 second, to this level, so this would be another buying opportunity. However, we gotta wait and see whether this will because here is a support on technical basis, and here is also another support. Right now, we gotta wait and see that what is it doing, because it is currently on a very critical zone right now. Right? If you see here, it's in a critical zone. So if you see previously also, what we're going to do is that, let me just wait a second. Like you see, in technical analysis, history has a tendency to repeat on its own. So if we go to here, as you could see here, there has been a support, right? That's one. would say this one would be, and then this one is another one. So we have a plenty of support coming in between. So I see that even if it goes down a bit, it will quickly recover. So it is a very good buying opportunity if at all Dow make is way down, but it will not be going so down. That's for sure. Right. So all in all, position yourself accordingly, and it will be a good buying opportunity. We'll be also posting some signals for you all as a help to trade. Looking ahead for sterling and the Aussie and the Canadian dollar. All right. So that actually fell on the close of the week the other day, as you could see here, and no UK economic reports were released on the other day. And then, so the move in GBP is purely a function of a risk aversion. For Aussie dollar, if I see where is Aussie dollar, right here. For Aussie dollar, investors are worried about the weekend Chinese economic report. The currency is also particularly sensitive to the risk aversion, right? So if I see here, this is we see that since we are expecting a weakness in the dollar, then we're going to see this to be going up this week. However, structure may change, and we got to wait and see what is going to be next. So all in all, like we see for the pound dollar, okay, here we are. We need to be very cautious about if we are selling it, because this can actually make its way back up. All right, so we got to wait and see, because like you see, it is forming a channel. So this channel is needs to be broken before we can actually find a buying opportunity from here, right? So that's what it could be for us to keep an eye on. However, we will be posting updates later on. So for Loonie, it has also came under pressure all week, and also losses accelerated as the oil prices extended this line. However, we had a forecast here that it is going to go out from here. Now we see that there could be a bit more room. Probably it is going to make its correction way back to the downside. However, we're going to wait and see, because there's no clear direction of it, but I would see that it's going to make a pull back down, because overall the structure is to the downside, right? So CHF JPY, the pair is ranging, right? We had a signal posted on this the other day. Market goes up, comes back down, goes up. I think would have gone close to the TP1. However, we still see that there is a potential room, but overall it is ranging. It's not no clear direction, so we're gonna stay out of it. We will take some more measures later on. All right. So you see, we have got tons of analysis coming up for this week, and definitely it will be bringing a lot of experience, and also a lot of information that you would need to inquire in the financial markets. All right. So for now, I will be signing off, and we will be coming back again next week to bring you all more updates, and also to share with you. In fact, within this week, also next week, you see, we'll be coming for more updates to bring you all. I would say that more information that will be helping you to become a profitable trader. Right. So for now, I'll be signing off, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you very much.